Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to set up content upgrades in MailerLite using automation. When you do it with automation, it's a little bit more complex. It requires a few more steps, but this will ensure that everybody who signs up will get your freebie even if they're already on your list or in that group. So let's start by going up to subscribers. And with this way, you'll have to make a new group for every content upgrade you have. So as you can see, I've labeled mine with the beginning of freebie. You could do freebie, content upgrade, CU, whatever you want to do. It's just makes it a lot easier to keep them organized when they're labeled like that. So let's add a new one. We'll say my freebie is a social media checklist. Okay, we've got our new group made. We have to make the group for the automation to go to these members and not everybody on your list, just the people who have signed up via the content upgrade. So now we'll go over to web forms. And once you have made your first one, you can just go over to this arrow, copy it, and then you don't have to style it every single time. You can just copy the ones you have, change a few things, boom, get the code. But we're going to make a new one for this tutorial. And I label them all the same, freebie, social media checklist. That way you don't get them confused and you know everything's connected with the same name. And you can do the embed form or you can do a subscribe button. I prefer the button because it's easier to throw into your posts, and that's what a lot of content upgrades are. You click the button and it pops up. So let's do that. Now this is where we're going to pick the groups that they get assigned to when they sign up via this form. So we definitely want to pick our new group, which is associated with that freebie, but you also might want to put them into your main group or an interest group too if you have that. So I'm going to add them to the freebie group and my main group because I also have an automation that I want them to get when they sign up for that as well. So let's continue. And now we can start designing our button. So we don't want to use subscribe because it's not very enticing. So we'll say get your checklist. And then just edit this to match your branding. You can go over here, pick a color. As you can see, I have recent colors. That one is for my branding. I'm going to choose that. And you can change the font. They have a few to pick from. They've added several new ones, so you should be able to find something that fits into your website. I like to go with Lato. Make it a bit bigger so it stands out. And you can change the width, the height. I just leave them on auto. And then we'll want to go and create the pop-up form. So we'll click edit to edit our form. And we'll make the title something to do with your freebie. So just social media checklist. Hopefully yours has a more interesting name. And here I like to put an image of my freebie, but they do not have a button to add an image. So what you have to do is, we'll remove that, click this button to open the source code, and then you'll put the HTML code to put an image. And you can just Google that if you don't know it, but I'll type it out here. You'll have an opening bracket, IMG, space, SRC for source, equals quotation, and then you will put the URL of your freebie image. You can upload it right to your WordPress website and get the URL there. For this tutorial, I'm just going to put image.jpg. It's not a real image, but it'll work. It won't show an image, but it's showing you how to do it. Close it out with another bracket, okay? And then your image will appear there. Now we'll go down here, subscribe. We don't want to say subscribe, we'll say get it now. The thank you message, let them know that they're going to have to check their email to get the freebie. So say thank you, please check your email to download your freebie. So we'll move over to design to start changing this box to be a little cuter. Width, you can change it to pixels or percentage. It really just depends on how big your image is, how long your title is. I'll make mine 500. Let's center this title. Change the font to match my other fonts. Maybe change the color to match my branding. Make it a little bigger. Now I don't want this to be gray, a gray box, so I'm going to make it a white box. And then you can edit the border. We'll say we want the border to be green as well. You don't have to have a border. You can change this to 0 and it will be gone. You can add your border radius. I don't want that, so I'll just leave it at 0. And the button, we'll make it look like the other button we have. And you can see that the image isn't centered, so we probably want to center that image. So let's go back to details, go back to source, and you can see that this P has been added. Let's do a space after the first P tag, and do style equals text hyphen align colon space center semicolon quotations, and then save that, and you can see the image is now centered just like the rest of your form. So let's move over to the fields. I like to ask for their name as well. You can make it required or unrequire it, and I'll move this up so it's on top. In the groups, we've already picked that, but if you want to change them, double check them, do that here. We'll click save, and our pop-up form is saved. Now you can leave double opt-in on if you want them to confirm their email and create a thank you page that they've been confirmed, or you can use your own landing page and send them to your thank you page on your website or your Facebook group, wherever you want to send them. I'm going to turn this off though, so that they don't have to confirm for content upgrades. So everything seems to be good to go. Let's save and get our code. And we'll copy this to put on our website. So this is the button for our website, but that isn't all we have to do now, because now we have to set up our automation rule. So let's go over to automation. If you already have a content upgrade automation set up, you can just go over here, copy it. That way you don't have to create a new one every single time, and that saves you a lot of time. And I would also try to title these similar, so when you start having a lot of them, they'll look a little bit more organized. As you can see, I've titled mine Download Your Freebie. So let's go ahead and create a new autoresponder. We'll do the default when a new subscriber joins this list. Subject, we'll say get your freebie social media checklist. Now we want to check this box so that way every time they fill out this form and get added to this group that they get sent the freebie. That way if maybe they've got it in the past but they don't have the email anymore, they can go back and sign up again and get sent the freebie. So now you're going to create the email for your freebie. I'm just going to use one of the recent emails I've sent, since it has my branding, my template. Delete these things. So I like to put an image of the freebie. I like to link to the freebie, the download link, in the image as well. And then I add a button, get your freebie, and I'll link it to the download link as well. And that's what I would put in my content upgrade email. You could put a little bit of text thanking them for downloading it, add a link to your Facebook group or something like that, or another page they'd like to see. I just like to leave mine simple and send them the freebie. So now we want to select the group that will get sent this automation, and make sure you only select the group that you want this checklist to go to. So I'm going to just select this group. So here's our new automation, and you have to turn it on before it will start working. And it'll ask you this. If you've just made a brand new content upgrade, you probably don't have anybody already subscribed. So I just click OK. And you should be good to go. We can add our button to our post. Here I got a new post. Some great info. Here's the visual editor, and we'll say get your checklist. Now you have to go into the text editor to paste your code. So we'll preview that, and here's my button, get your checklist. We'll click it, and here is the pop-up. Now if you've got your correct image URL, it will show up there, and fill it out. They'll get the message and they'll get sent the automation. If we go over here, I can show you, this is my content upgrade on my site. I've styled it with some CSS, and that's probably going to be the next tutorial I make, how to make cute little boxes for your content upgrades. So you can go from just a button to a fancy little box. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just contact me directly, leave a comment, send an email.